like I said, I've had so many issues with the laptop, and then I've had some physical issues. I've been in a lot of pain, and I needed to start wet playing before stream. I had a lot of tension in my body, and I needed a bit of a cry. And I've talked before in my videos that I've done on YouTube. Have I talked about this? I'm not sure. I have a video that I've recorded. It needs to get edited. But I'm sure I've talked about it before. That I use art therapeutically, and I wasn't able to talk to my friend today. His own dramas going on, so I wasn't able to kind of like not offload this, but have another person to talk to. And so I was like, I need to get out my paints and just express how I'm feeling in some way. And so I started the wet play. Now, at the top of the stream, I did mention that there are certain things to remember to keep things loose and fluid. And that's what I'm doing. And I couldn't be loose and fluid if I used pencil, so that's why I'm busting out the watercolors today. It's been nice actually because I haven't used watercolors for so many years. It's nice to reconnect. Um, Hopefully that's coming through. I know that my this that your what's this called? My webcam tends to mute the colors a little bit, and so it's not as vibrant on your screen as it is on mine. Um, but yeah, I got started, and every time I do any kind of sketching or anything, I always put a note in the corner. I always write a little note of what I was up to and how I was feeling. So it's good to look back, and you can always evaluate what kind of work you do when you're feeling certain range of emotions. And so if I don't add my notes, I don't know. Okay, so more clickies because I'm gonna um, get the music going. All right. So for you bougie artists, you nerds about your materials. Trying to get back to my page now. My page. So I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got the just for anybody who's interested, you art nerds. I've got my Fabriano watercolor aquarello. I think that's the Italian way to say aquarello or aquel watercolor notebook. I haven't done much in this notebook, and the pages aren't that heavy. They're like 200 GSM. GSM, yeah, £90. I've got my travel set, my watercolor travel set from um, Winsor and Newton. I've had this set. I bought this set when I was studying A-level art, and I've had that. I've never bought any other paints for it. It's still the original set. Probably worth a bit now, isn't it? I don't know if you can even get some of these colors. I'm using my Dela and Rowney. Well, actually, I'm not using this. I'm using my what is this called? I want to call this a kabuki brush, but it's not a kabuki brush. I can never remember the name of it. Maybe I'll remember the name of it during the stream. Is it kabuki brush? Suki? I can't remember, but it's a wicked brush anyway. It's one. It's the brush that you use when you want to do the Japanese scripture. You know, those long, like pieces of art that are, when they write on. I think it's rice paper. This is the kind of brush that's used. So this one. And I'm gonna hop between this and my old Bockingford watercolor pad. I've had this for donkeys. So we're going to jump between these two. This paper is really heavy. This paper is 300 GSM. This is really thick. I bought this when I was doing my fashion product development. I was doing it as a degree. And one of the briefs was cafe culture. And I so happened the same year we got this brief, I was taking a girls' trip to Barcelona. I've never been to Barcelona before, and so I came back with all this inspiration for my brief, and this is how I presented my my flats. So that was my fashion illustration on the side. This is what I designed. And then I put the flats on the side here. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. That's what I've got going on. So let's lay some paint down. Got my water going. If you're familiar with some of my videos on YouTube, I have talked a little bit about having degenerative disc disease and suffering, or managing suffering is not a positive word in my world, but managing chronic pain and the depression and anxiety that comes from that. And that I've been managing chronic pain for, what are we now? This year makes 17 years. And it's debilitating. I hope my little story made sense. I just, I don't know. I was also panicking because I do not have drugs strong enough to eliminate the pain that I am feeling. And so, like, when I get twinges that tell me that it's gonna be, you know what I mean? It's like it's getting ready to be one of them big ones. I do panic because that's the kind of flare up that I have to just bear. I have to just bear it. There's no comfortable position. Lying down, sitting down doesn't help. I've got to be on my stomach, and you're trapped in it, and then your body tenses up because it's like, oh my god, and it's scary. It's like a horror. It's like a horror. It's like an actual horror movie. Because I'm like, I don't have anything. I do not have painkillers for that kind of neurological pain. I don't have painkillers strong enough for that. And it just grabs you. It grabs your body and it says, I'm gonna fuck with you for as long as I want. So anything you've planned to do, any place you've planned to go, anything that you have scheduled for yourself, forget it. I'm gonna be fucking with you for as long as I want. Deal with it. That's what it's like. Yeah, I just feel really powerless in those moments. But yeah, I think if you're, well, I can't speak for everybody because there are times when, like over this year and last year, like my mobility has been like the worst it's ever been, and so painting is not something, or doing any kind of art is not something I'm able to do. But when when I feel more aligned and I am able to move, I do like to use art as a way to help energies flow through my body and as like an exit. I do like it. I'm staying loose. I'm staying loose. This is also a really nice blue. I think this might be, what's that blue that everyone talks about, but I don't know how to pronounce? Palathian. Oh, I tell you what was nice though. I am a plant mama, and I have 12 babies, right, in the studio. 12 studio plants, my babies, and I'm someone that but I really respond to nature. Um, if I need to feel better, I will. If I'm able to walk, I will take a trip down to my local park or somewhere green, and I will just sit there for a few hours, and it really does, like, it really feeds my soul. And I've been feeling like I want to have, well, I've been feeling this for a long time. I just never really had the dough to do it. But I want more plants for the studio. And so I got a nice little tax return. I got a nice little tax return. I was like, you know what? For mental health, I'm going to spend money and buy some studio plants. So I bought them, and I'm looking at them right now because they came this morning. And honestly, that's been joyful knowing that there's going to be plants arriving this week. What wasn't joyful is me stressing out about whether or not I could manage letting the guy in. But they're here. I got a what did I get? I got a parlor plum. Oh, I cannot say that. Parlor palm, because I got a very big thing for palm trees. Parlor palm. I got a peace lily and a devil's ivy. And the devil's ivy is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's huge and it's long. And so I got that. So I now have 15 babies. And recently I took some cuttings. I didn't steal them, okay? They're growing over somebody's gate near my studio. And I'm like, they're growing out into the road, so they're coming into the space of where the pedestrians, you know what I mean, are. And so I'm like, if your plant is growing over out of your property onto the street for the publics, that's fair game. That's Hackney rules. And so I took a cutting a few weeks ago, but that cutting just never bloomed, right? Because I like to propagate. I'm teaching myself how to propagate. And so it didn't work. And so I decided to try again, and I got a bigger cutting this time. And so if those guys bloom, I will have about 20 babies. I know, it's exciting shit, isn't it? These, look. I've got some oil pastels. Any of the missed streams, just to remind you, I upload all the streams to YouTube, and you will find the link to that playlist in the description.